Hello, my name is Miki and I love trees. I've lived in Cranleigh for almost 20 years and I've been lucky enough to make a lot of good friends. Some of them are trees. And we're going for a walk shortly and I'll introduce you to some of my tree friends. We've come to St Nick's churchyard to talk about the wonderful tree behind me, which is Cedar of Lebanon. It was planted probably 1829, something like that, by the Reverend Sapt, who was the vicar here. And the rather romantic story is that he brought a seed back from his honeymoon in the Holy Land. Cedars of Lebanon, of course, are iconic trees in the Lebanon, and it even featured on their flag, but also mentioned 70 times in the Bible for various reasons. The timber was wonderful and it built special buildings, and the timber smells terrific. And it is a very symbolic tree in that it represents longevity, even eternity for some people. This is a walnut tree at the back of St Nick's, and it looks as though there's been a giant caterpillar massacre, but in fact, they're the male catkins. Next to the walnut is the mulberry tree. It looks older than probably it is. They quite soon begin to look venerable. Keep your eye on this tree because look, the fruit are forming. They are delicious. The story is that James I decided to undercut the French silk trade and decreed that every parish had to plant a mulberry. Unfortunately, they planted the wrong mulberry. They planted the black one instead of the white mulberry, which is the one the silk caterpillars like. Bad luck, James. Next to the mulberry, we come to the tulip tree. We're in May, and in June, here's a bud. It'll start to flower. Beautiful flowers like big tulips, green with an orange colouring at the base. The tree comes originally from the east coast of America. The timber is known as white timber, much used in interior work in houses, and the bark is used as a heart stimulant. It is the most majestic tree. Behind me, there are a couple of very old yews, associated always with churchyards, and sometimes an indicator that before the present church, there was a much older one. Many theories as to why yews were planted in churchyards. My favourite one is planted to keep the witches' spirits underground. We're in the garden of John and Penny Green, and they've kindly allowed us to come and look at their magnificent trees. They consider themselves custodians of these trees. John will tell you more about.
When we moved into this property in 1988, it was the trees that made us buy this property. And it was originally formed land from Broad Oak down the end of the road. We're told they are ponderosa trees from the west coast of California, and they were planted nearly 200 years ago in 1830. The son of the landed gentry who lived in the location, as they did back in those days, went off traveling, and during his travels he picked up lots of sample species of trees, and when he came back to this country, planted not only these two beautiful ponderosa pines, but also other trees in the district.
From John's garden, you can also see a wonderful specimen of a redwood tree. John, tell us about it.
Back in the 60s, when there was a big storm, there was two trees side by side, and one of them came down. And if you look at the left-hand side of the tree trunk, you will see far less branches because the tree slid down and wiped out all the branches on the left-hand side. Not so long ago, one of the new occupants of Charts Close was worried about the lean on this beautiful tree, and the owner of the property said if you want to have a survey done to check the status of the tree, which they did, and it's perfectly stable, I'm pleased to say.
Here I am next to one of the most beloved trees in Cranleigh by the leisure centre. It's an oak. It's the most wonderful specimen, and it shows how oak trees can grow if they have nothing around them. They spread out in the most wonderful way. I've measured this tree using the Allen Mitchell system, which is 1 inch to 1 year, and it comes out at about 290 years old. They say about oaks that the first 300 years is growing, the second 300 years are consolidating, and then gently, gently subside for 300 years. Long may this one live. Here we are by the band room, and behind me there's a lovely specimen of horse chestnut tree. It was planted about 1990 by Amnesty International to remember the massacre at Tiananmen Square in China in 1989, when countless young people were killed in cold blood. The colour of the flowers is significant because white is the colour of mourning in China. This is a wonderful example of a plane tree planted in 2005 by the Rotary Group to celebrate 100 years of being in Cranleigh. It is now a memorial to them, as the Rotary Group no longer exists, sadly. We generally call these London planes because they are extensively planted in London to give shade, and because they're uniquely pollution resistant. Their bark even helps them by forming scales and then shedding. Here we are on the common, one of the glories of Cranleigh. We have this beautiful open space, and we have our famous maples. They were planted in 1889 by Mr. Rowcliffe of Hall Place, and the variety is Schwenderai, and they're actually Norway maples. The confusion with the Canadians was A, they were billeted here, but B, maples are a symbol of Canada and actually it's on their flag. And their lifespan is about 200 years or so. Some are beginning to show their age and they're being replaced, new planting over there. And great care is being taken to find a variety as close to these glorious original trees. What is being planted is a tree called Deborah. And if you have a look, you can see interspersed between the old trees are some new trees. And may they thrive. We're still on the common, but we thought you would like to see 4 memorable lime trees. 2 here and 2 down there. Originally, they were an avenue of limes along here, leading to Stonewall Farmhouse. 4 left now, but beautiful trees. And at the beginning of June, they will come into flower. Do come up and smell. It is delicious. This is the final tree on our tour, and it stands just outside the grounds of Cranleigh School. I mentioned before that oak trees have 3 stages in their lives. The first stage is growing, 300 years. Second 300 years would be consolidating, and the last 300 years would be gently subsiding. And this tree is in its final 300 years. And it's got a name. It's called a dodder. That's why people, when they're old, reach the doddering stage. Interesting to think that this tree probably was here in Tudor times. To call somebody a tree hugger is generally a derogatory term. I don't agree.